Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and here I am again. Whew, Lord. Hey, Road Scholar, how are you? Yeah. How about some respite? Yeah. I'm going to be starting, I'm ready. I'm going to be starting at 4 p.m. on the top of the hour. And it's great to see you. Yes, sir. I'll have the lineups very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jeffrey Guterman. Ah, God. Oh, Lord. Jeffrey Guterman. All right, sounds great. Yeah, it's that time. It's bewitching hour. Oh, Lord. Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman. We're all set here. And I'm sorry about the snafus that I've had all along. I had to get a new phone today. So I'm a little bit aggravated over that process. But this is respite, like Road Scholar said. It's respite. And I'll be back in a few minutes. to go over this. We've already played half an inning. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. And Rick is here. Good afternoon. Glad to see you. Kathy Harden is for the Reds. Glad to see you, Kathy. I am at Bush Memorial. I think this is the third incarnation, this stadium, which opened in '66. And we have the final game of this 3-game series. Cincinnati Reds at the St. Louis Cardinals. It's also the final game of August 21. Boy, we've been on that for a while. And we'll be moving to August 22 tomorrow. At least I'm scheduled. 7:15 a.m. It's an early one. White Sox at the Red Sox. It's a new series. Peters for the White Sox, and Phil has arrived. Romo for the Red Sox. And then in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, I'm shifting to 1964 Cubs at the Pirates. Larry Jackson and Bob Veal for the Pirates. Both were superb that season. And I went ahead and I played I was testing it. It didn't work early this morning. I tried it, this game. I got as far as 1 out with Tolan on second after stealing second base after he singled. And then after I got the new phone, Johnson grounded to short, Perez singled, bringing Tolan home, and then Bench popped to the catcher, Tim McCarver. So after a half an inning, as Cincinnati won, the Cardinals coming to bat. And I'm sure hoping that we're going to have some smooth sailing here. With the technical stuff going on. And Real Dan has arrived. Bunch of people here. Great to see you. And I'm waiting till 4 o'clock. That'll be the witching hour. Going over the lineups very quickly. Jim Merritt is pitching for Cincinnati, 9 wins. Nellie Briles for the Cards, 8 wins. You can see the lineups. The only difference, we have Stewart for the Reds is playing second base. Julian is still out. And Gagliano playing second base. I'm sorry. Gagliano for the Cards. Julian is still out. And I'm not sure who the Reds typically use at second. It's not really Stewart. It's Chico Ruiz. He's not playing. And so that's where that's at. And this is the rubber game of this series. I'm going to go ahead. It's close enough to the witching hour. It's 1 minute. Enjoy myself. Oh! 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 Oh, that is just what I needed. Oh! Oh! God. Whew. God. Oh, my God. So as we move to the bottom of the first inning here, Jim Merritt on the mound. Did he? You sure about that? I don't know about that. But anyway, here we go now. Leading it off for the... And by the way, Lou Brock is on the Cubs in tomorrow's ball game. We get to see him again in the morning. Okay, here we go now. It's Merritt on the mound, bottom of the first. Brock at the plate, left-handed hitter. That's lefty-lefty. That's 2-7. And he flies it to center field for Tolan, who makes the catch. It's one away. Now here's Curt Flood. I've shifted my desk, the positioning to the left so that my voice can be closer to the mic. And I think it just takes some getting used to for me. Here's Curt Flood now. Merritt into his windup and the pitch. That's 5-10, right-handed, grounds it to short X. That will be Woodward 330. That's a 4-3, and it goes through for a base hit. Woodward could not get that. So Flood is on with one out, and here's Veda Pinson. Okay, Merritt from the stretch. And the pitch to Pinson. That's 3-9. Left-handed. Grounds it to second. Flood was not being held. I didn't say it, and he's a C. That's a double play. The side is retired. It's no runs, one hit. And none left. It's 1-0 after one. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn this back because I just realized there'll be times when I am away from the mic. The mic is improved now. And there'll be times when I'm away from it anyway. And I'm more used to this. I like this. It's easier with the dice to move them. So we're just going to go to our usual here. Appreciate everyone's understanding. Once I get things set now with the new phone, we're going to be better unless my mental health nosedives. We're going to move to the top of the second. That's fine. That's just fine. Okay, leading it off for Cincinnati is Lee May. Woo, get nice and comfortable. Nellie Briles on the mound. The pitch to May. That's going to be 1-9 right-handed, and he struck him out. And Kathy Harden is for Cincinnati. Here's Jimmy Stewart now, switch hitter, batting left. There's Briles. And the pitch. That's 2-8 right-handed, and he grounds it to second base. Picked up by Gagliano. And that's 2 away. Now Woody Woodward. Indeed. That's 1-8 right-handed, and he flies it to center for Flood, who makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 for Briles. After he allowed the run in the first, we've gone 1.5. It's a 1-0 ball game. And out comes Jim Merritt. He'll face Torrey to start off here in the bottom of the second. Okay, Merritt is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Torrey. That's 4-8, right-handed. And that's a liner to third, caught by Perez. One away in the Cardinals' home second. Now Mike Shannon, the batter. .18, left-handed, grounds it back to Merritt. Over to May for the second out. Now it's Tim McCarver at the plate. And I hope you're all doing well. I really do. It's 2 outs here. Bottom of the second, cards up. That's McCarver at the plate. Here's Merritt. And that's 2-7 left-handed. It's a base hit by Tim. A 2-out single. That'll bring up Phil Gagliano. You know, you could see the tripod right here. You see that? This down here, it goes down. All right, Merritt from the stretch with 2 down. McCarver short lead off first. Here's the pitch. That's 2-5 left-handed. He walked him. So Merritt puts 2 on here with 2 out for Dal Maxwell. You might as well walk him. But I'm afraid Briles, you know, this guy's a 175 hitter. All right, Merritt. Yeah, oh, that's a 6-11 right-handed. Oh, it's a base hit up the middle. This could score McCarver. Let's see if he's going to stretch it. It was 6-11 right-handed. It's to center. McCarver, whoa, not too bad. 1-12, 2 outs, 1-14. -2 Tolan, 1-12. We're sending him home. And here's the throw from Tolan. And Briles is out. Oh, I mean McCarver. He is thrown out by Bobby Tolan. And the side is retired. I figured with 2 outs and the pitcher up, it wasn't worth. It was worth trying. 60% chance. A lot better than Briles has. So after 2, it's still 1-0. And I'm back, folks. Back on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and it's so good to be back. Good to be back on YouTube with better transmission. I can see it. Indeed. It really is. Indeed, Kathy Arden. Indeed. It was getting to be, so I could rationalize spending this money in a million ways. Just my mental health. I don't ask for much. Good working iPhone, weed. Okay, it's medical. And just peace of mind with my family. And try not to get wiped out financially. Well, it's going to be Merritt leading it off for the Reds here in the top of the third. You give me a game or two to get back into my groove. I hope. I'll do my best tonight, but I'm not going to be at my top game necessarily. I might, who knows, but we're going to leave the shenanigans at the door and we're going to play some baseball. Here's Merritt now. He is a 2-0. It is a 1-0 ball game. Briles on the mound and the pitch. That's 2-5. Oops, on his own card, lines it to second, and it's caught by Gagliano. One down. And top of the order here for the Reds, it's going to be Pete Rose. He, of course, won the NL championship with a .348 average. 33 doubles, 11 triples, 16 homers. He hit a game-winning homer in the 72 series, I believe, but I remember the interview after. He says, I could have hit 40 homers every year if I wanted, but my average would go down a lot. He said that. I believe it. Yeah. All right. Here's Rose, switch hitter batting left. And the pitch to Rose. That's 4-8. Switch hitter batting left. He pops it up to second. Gagliano again makes the catch. 2-away. And here's Tolan. Beautiful throw by Bobby Tolan to get McCarver. Trying to come home on Maxville's single. It was right up the middle. And Tolan charged in and then threw a perfect strike to bench tagged McCarver. I think that's a force out, isn't it? At home? I don't think he has to tag him, does he, with bases loaded? I could be wrong. Okay, Tolan, left-handed hitter. The pitch from Briles. 6-7 left-handed, grounds to second base. Guess who? Gagliano, 4-10. That is a 19-4, and he throws him out. The side is retired. 1, 2, 3 for Briles, 7 in a row now for Nelly. Nelly died of cancer, I believe. And he died relatively young. Just saying. Here's Jim Merritt now. Cards down by a run here in the bottom of the third. And it's going to be Nelly Briles to lead it off. Nelly, a 1 NR. I remember Briles was on the Mets, I believe. And if I could have sworn, I remember a game he had a 3-hit shutout complete. And it was like in the early 70s or something. And I said, well, that's damn good. Okay, Merritt, the pitch to Briles. I just remember that. And he struck him out. First for Merritt. Top of the order, Lou Brock. Brock bats second in the Cubs lineup in their opening day game, which will be broadcast here tomorrow. That's 1964, people. We have 3 Brocks. We have two Brocks, I'm sorry. 64 and 69, and he'll be on two teams in 64. Lou digs in. He flew to center in the first. Here's Merritt. And that 6-7 left-handed struck him out. That's two in a row for Merritt. It's Merritt who's winning this ball game. But it's turning into the beginnings of a duel. Curt Flood now singled out in a double. And the pitch. That's 1-8 left-handed, and he grounds it too short for Woodward. And he throws across, and it's a 1-2-3 from Merritt, so both pitchers. 1-2-3s in the third. It's 1-0 here. Only run came in the first. Tolan again singled, stole second, came home on Tony's base hit. Well, Briles has retired 7 in order, though, since Perez's hit. And he's going to face the Reds here. Top of the fourth, and we're moving right along. Moving along ever so nicely. Ever so nicely. I mean, if I'm feeling up to it, which I don't know if I will, but would anyone be interested in the Cubs game tonight? Or I'll probably be too tired, really. Oh, no, really. Yeah, I'll just do an extended broadcast and go over some baseball history after the game. We'll see. Here's Briles now. And Alex Johnson at the plate. He grounded to short. Here's the pitch from Briles. That's 3-6. And he flies it to center field for Flood, and that's one away. Here's Tony now. And it's a beautiful, beautiful evening, isn't it, for a game of Strat-O-Matic baseball? Don't you think? 1969 here. And Ron has arrived. I believe Ron has arrived. Yeah. Well, I'll be a horse's ass. Ron has arrived. Let me zoom in for you a little bit here, so you're all able to get maybe a better shot, especially you people on the freaking mobiles. Okay, Perez digs in, and Briles on the mound. The pitch to Tony. That's a 4-7 right-handed, and he struck him out. That's the second for Briles this afternoon. And here's Johnny Bench. And Ron McGrath for the Birds. They're down 1-0, but Briles has retired 9 in order after allowing a run in the first. And that's been it. Meanwhile, Jim Merritt doing just fine. And Bench that he popped up feebly to McCarver, the catcher. Here's Briles. And that's 5-11 right-handed, and he grounds it to short for Maxville. Throws to Torrey, and there's another 1-2-3 for Briles. So he's getting tough. He's retired 10 in order now. And we're heading to the bottom of the fourth. It's a breezy, beautiful, beautiful evening here. Beautiful evening. Got the tweet up. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I like when things work. Okay. Oh my. All right. Well, out comes Jim Merritt now. He has thrown 3 scoreless with 2 strikeouts. And Veda Pinson is the batter. Maybe I'll do my top 25 Major League Baseball players in history, non-pitchers. And the criteria is excellence in all areas, basically. Running, stealing, fielding, throwing, batting, bunting, power. That's basically it. And there are very few people who meet all of them. You take like a Ted Williams, he's not the fastest runner in the world. He wasn't slow by any means, unless I'm mistaken. And by the way, Ruth was not a slow runner. I know. Maybe when he got old, but he was pretty fast. And a very good fielder, like a 2, I think, generally. Okay, Merritt now. Facing Pinson, here we go. The pitch, 5-7 left-handed, grounds to second X. That's going to be Stewart. He's a 418. That's going to be 17-4, and he throws him out, Stewart, very nicely for the first out. So we really have a nice duel here. I've got myself on a better sort of a cognitive neuro pathway now to read cards. I don't want to tell you how I've done it, but I've able to get smooth or smoother. Here's Joe Torre now. Merritt. The windup and the pitch. That's going to be 3-6, left-handed. Flies it to center for Tolan, and that's 2 away. So we move right along with a duel here now, I would say. Unless Shannon does something. Merritt throwing shutout baseball tonight. Here's the pitch from Merritt. 6-8, right-handed, struck him out, and that's the 3rd for Merritt. The side retired. Another 1-2-3 for Jim. And we've gone 4, and it's a 1-0 ball game. It's a kind of ball game we like to watch, or at least some of us. Meanwhile, here's Briles, 10 retired in order. Top of the 5th, here's Lee May. Struck out in the 2nd. All right, Briles. The windup. That's 1-3 right-handed. He flies it to left field. And going back is Brock. And that's 11 in a row. Oh, real world, I'd have to go look it up. I got it right here, sir. I should make that an automatic and put it like over here, but August. This was Reds 5, Cards 3. Attendance 24,836. It's not too bad for the Cards, who were like a 3rd place team. Tim McCarver was picked off second base by Jim Merritt in this ball game. Torre hit a home run, his 17th. Merritt got the win. Al Jackson, little Al, who pitched just beautifully last night for the Mets in '64. He got the save. Briles got the loss. It was 5-3 Reds. All right, here's Stewart now with 1 out, nobody on. Briles, the pitch. That's going to be 2-6 right-handed. He grounds it to second for Gagliano. And that's 12 in order for Briles, who the fans are just digging it. They're digging it up, even though he did allow a run in the first. This is a 12 streak. Here's Woody Woodward now. Flew to center as part of this 12 in a row. In the second, here's the pitch. 3-3 right-handed, he walked him. So there goes the streak. Woodward on first. Nothing for the Cards to worry about too much with Merritt coming up. He's at 2-L. Jim Merritt. Briles from the stretch. The pitch to Merritt. That's 5-8. Left-handed. Grounds it to second. Gagliano throws it over to first, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits. The walk to Woodward. Briles still pitching superb baseball, and so is Jim Merritt. I'm going to take a quick one. About 3 minutes here to wet my whistle and compose myself. We get back. It's going to be Tim McCarver to lead it off against Jim Merritt of the Reds. It's 1-0 Reds. And this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. So good. So good. It's hot out there. Oh. Well, we're back here, bottom of the fifth, in a 1-0 ball game. Reds on top. Both pitchers very tough. Here's McCarver to lead it off against Merritt. Here's the pitch to McCarver. 6-8 left-handed. He flies it to center. Tolan is under it. 1 out. It's out after out here at Bush Memorial. Now Phil Gagliano. And here's the pitch. That's 210 left-handed. He pops it to the left side of third base, foul territory. Perez is under it, 2 away. The players back then played a lot. You know, they'd get injured, though, occasionally. But these players were they played a lot more, especially the pitchers. Phil Gagliano is out. It's 2 away. Here's Maxville, who singled. McCarver tried to stretch it from third, and he was thrown out by Tolan. So it's still 1-0 Reds. That's 4-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. That's the fourth for Merritt, and a 1-2-3, and now he's retired 9 in order. And after 5, it's a 1-0 game. I love these. Love these ball games. Briles so tough since he allowed the base hit to Tony to score Tolan for the only run. It's going to be the top of the order. Pete Rose leading it off 0 for 2. That's helped. All right, here's Briles. That's 2-5, right-handed, chops it to first, Torrey to Briles, and that's 1 away. So this is quite a beautiful ball game we're having here, if you ask me. Anybody out there? Here's Bobby Tolan now. Tolan scored the only run. 2-8 right-handed, grounds it to second. Gagliano. Oh, thank you, Kathy. You're a chum, you know that? Just helping me out, just to know. 2 away. Gagliano, kind of busy out there at second base tonight. And here's Alex Johnson, 0 for 2 tonight. We could do a continuation. Oh, it's a great freaking game, Ron. I mean, I could start the Cup game just for the fun of it and just pause it. I could set it up live here. Doesn't mean you have to watch if you want to, but, you know. Here's Alex now, 0 for 2. And Briles throws 2-7, and he grounds it to short, Maxville, to Torrey, and I've been saying this all night, a 1-2-3 inning. We're in the middle of the 6th. It's still 1-0 Cincinnati Reds. Kathy Harden for the Reds. We've got people like Ron, who's for the Cards. Oh, it'll be a mother frickin'. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing here? Okay, yeah. We're at bottom of the sixth, and it's going to be Nelly Briles. His first endurance inning was the sixth, and of course he's fresh. Merritt's is the seventh. Nelly's going to hit. Here's Merritt now. And the pitch. That's 5-7. Right-handed. Grounds it to second X. Stewart 418. You see, I got that smooth now. 418 Stewart. And he throws him out. So Briles grounds out. And here comes Lou Brock 0 for 2. Pretty freaking wild. This guy named, I think, Larry Jackson. I had no idea he was that good a pitcher. He had year after year of lots of wins. He won, I think, 25 games. Okay. I'm talking for the Cubs. And he'll be pitching at Pittsburgh against Veal. This guy, Larry Jackson, maybe it's a form of some dementia. His first year was 55, and, well, he 15, 13, 14, 18, 14, 16, 14, 24. He won 24 and 64. He lost 21 and 65. So, for the same team. Eventually, I remember, he was traded to the Phillies, but he was not on the 69 team. So how do you like that? Whew. Okay, Brock with one out. Here's Jim Merritt. That's a lot of wins. And they were a pretty average team or below average. 112 grounds it to second for Stewart. Again. Throws to first, two-way. And here's Curt Flood now. Flood 1 for 2. That's 3-3. Left-handed, he walked him. 2-out walk. And here's Veda Pinson now. You mess through this lineup, unfortunately. 2-out walk. Here's the pitch. To Pinson, 4-11, left-handed, flies it to right for Rose, who makes the catch, and the side is out. So, pitching is the name of the game tonight. It's 1-0 Reds through 6, and here's Briles coming out now. Before the 7th inning stretch, it's Tony Perez now. Reds lead at 1-0. Here's the pitch to Perez. That's 4-12, right-handed, and he flies it to center, one away. Now bench 0 for 2. Briles handling this. He's allowed 2 hits. Merritt has allowed 3 and no runs. And the pitch to bench. That's 4-6. Right-handed, struck him out. Struck out swinging. Third for Nelly. And I remember Nelly pretty darn well. Here's Lee May. May is 0 for 2. Also. And that's 6-7, right-handed. Grounds it to second. Gagliano again, a 4. A 4-10. This could be trouble. That's a 9-4. That'll be 10. Let's see if he's going to boot this. Whoa, he does. It's a one-base error for Gagliano. First error tonight. Put May on first with 2 down. And Jimmy Stewart, switch hitter, batting left. So they're getting base runners with 2 outs. Same thing with the walk back in the 5th for Woodward, which broke up Briles' streak. The walk that Merritt gave up in the 6th. Okay, it's May on first, 2 down. Here's the pitch. That's a 5-9, left-handed, fly ball to left, and Brock makes the catch. The side is out. So it's the 7th inning stretch. Indeed it is. And an opportunity for us just to stretch our molecules just a little bit if we wish to. So you give me a chance here to stretch those molecules. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, yeah, just a nice, oh, God help me. Get it nice. It's a 1-0 ball game. Oh, God. Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh, here's Jim Merritt now. Both pitchers very, very, very tough. And Torrey will lead it off for the Cards. Cards need a run. They got 3 more innings here. Torrey is 0 for 2. And here's Merritt now, the pitch. That's 1-7 left-handed, and he grounds it to second for Stewart. 1 out. It's certainly a pitcher's duel. Getting on base is tough to come by. Hey, Philip Reynolds is back. Wow, great to have you, Phil. As always. As always. Here's Shannon with 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch from Merritt. That'll be 5-2 right-handed. And it's a base hit to left, so Shannon is on. Just what they needed. An evening when hits are tough to come by. That's the 4th hit. All singles allowed by Jim tonight. Shannon on first. Here's McCarver. And Gagliano on deck. 20-12-70, I know it. And you know, I really thought, Rick, when that set came out, I said, this pitcher isn't good for me. I don't give a shit if he won 20 games. He was lucky. Really. I think. So, Shannon on first. Here's McCarver. Left-handed hitter here. This will be lefty-lefty. Nolan was a good pitcher. I thought Nolan... Oh, you rest. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great time of day, Philip. Here's the pitch to McCarver. 6-11 left-handed. It's a base hit up the middle off Merritt. Shannon goes to second. He'll hold. 1-11. First and second, 1 out. Now the Cardinals have something going here. And we have Kathy for the Reds. Ron for the Cards. But, you know, I'm trying for both teams. It's first and second. Merritt, 1 hit and or walk away. Now, Horner, their so-called ace or their best, is warming. He was used in real world. Horner was used in real world. And following all that by he is a left-hander. Following these as guidelines, I think, will help a lot in not overusing people. If they were used in real world, there's a good chance. And then if you use someone else, you always know who pitched the day before. Here's Gagliano now, first and second with one down. And Merritt from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's 5-7 right-handed. Grounds to second. Stewart, 418. That's 3-4. That's going to go through for Gagliano. And Shannon scores the tying run. McCarver goes to third. It went through. Stewart could not get it. It shows you the range that these people have. 3 hits, and that's it for Jim Merritt. Oh, my. That's it for Merritt. Granger is the best that the Reds have, and he's coming in right now. That's a real... Actually, what we're going to do is not use Granger. By the way, Al Jackson came in, and he's a 6.81. Isn't that sad? We're going to... we have Granger warming. We're going to first go with... Maxville. First, we're going to go with Clay Carroll just to put the fire out. Granger is warming. So it's Clay Carroll, and he was used last game, but he's not going to pitch more than 2/3 of an inning for the Reds. We have a little break here in the action. Merritt pitched 5 1/3. He allowed 6 hits. Isn't it funny how things can just... And he can lose this game. He has no decision right now. He's allowed 1 run already, responsible first and third. So there goes Jim Merritt. He gets a hand from some of the fans. And here's Clay Carroll coming in. And he's got a sort of an easy shot here. It's 1 out, first and third, but Dal Maxville is the batter. And Carroll's going to try to get him to either strike out, pop out, or ground into a double play. I don't know how he can work that, but it's Gagliano on first, McCarver on third. 1 down. Infield back. Here's Carroll now from the stretch, and the pitch to Maxville. That's 6-7 right-handed. Grounds it to second. He better get a double play. 4-18. This could be the ball game. 4-18. 13-4. Oh, he throws him out. But a run comes in. Oh, my. McCarver came home. And Gagliano goes to second. So we'll give Maxville, believe it or not, a run batted in with the going ahead. And it's going to be 2 outs. Gagliano on second, and Nelly Briles is coming up. So that's too bad. Had they had the infield in, they could have stopped it. 2 outs. Now Carroll. And that's 6-8. Against Briles right-handed, and he grounds it to short, and the side is out. But 2 runs for the Cardinals. They take the lead over the Reds. It's now, believe it or not, it's a 2-1 ball game. Merritt is the loser of record. Carroll did a good job. It is, you can't blame him for a ground ball. And we're going to be moving to the bottom of the top of the eighth here, with Nelly Briles trying to win it now. He has got 2 innings left. Granger will come in because there's going to be a hitter. Now, Granger is a right-handed pitcher. There's going to be a hitter after Woodward. So here's Woody Woodward. My good, it wasn't too bad. 261. So Woodward to lead it off. Top of the eighth. Reds down by 1 now. Here's Nelly, and the pitch. That's going to be 4-5 right-handed. Grounds it to short X. Maxville, 227. That'll be 9-2. That'll be 27. Can Maxville get this? 12. Oh, yes, he does. Oh, what a pretty play. Oh, that was pretty. So Woodward is retired. And there's going to be a hitter for Jim Merritt now. For Carroll, I am so sorry, please. So it's 1 out, nobody on. Let's see who's coming in to hit here. So I recall they don't have much of a bench. They really don't. They have nothing on the bench. Nothing. Except I'm going to go with Chico. He's been playing, so we're going to go with him. They got Chico is hitting. He's a switch hitter. He'll bat left. And if there was ever a time they needed Chico to get on, he's on the Phillies, by the way, and on the Reds. Yeah, still on the Reds, I believe, in 64. 245 hitter. He is a switch hitter batting left. Briles now with a 2-hit, 1-run pitching performance. Just a stunning performance. Here's the pitch to Chico. That's going to be 6-6 left-handed. Flies it to center field. For Flood, it's 2-away. Either way, we're going to see the heart of this lineup. Pete Rose now with 2 outs. I'm not a big fan of that situation, but for the Reds, hoping for the Reds, come back. Rose 0 for 3. Briles done a good job on Pete. Here's the pitch. That's 1-4, right-handed. Whoa, there it goes. Deep. To left center, it is gone. Rose has hit a solo home run. Oh, I'm so pleased. It's a tie ball game. Pete Rose, he had frickin' 16 frickin' homers, I think, for a 348 hitter. That's pretty darn good. And those he wasn't trying for, really. Most of them, at least. He just happened to hit it very well. It's a home run off Nelly Briles with 2 outs. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. 1-4 against the right-hander, home run 1-16, and it just cleared the fence. You know, they say a miss is as good as a mile. Let me record this home run. Isn't that something? Oh, Lord, what a game, baseball. Just when you're in despair, you could see some sort of good thing happening in life. Pete Rose. And for Pete Rose, that's number 11 on the season. So it's a tie ball game, and like I said, Horner's available as needed. Bobby Tolan is coming up. He's actually better against left-handers. I'll be a freaking horse's ass. Okay, they're going to have Briles pitch. Here's the pitch to Tolan. That's 3-7 right-handed. It's a base hit. One more hit or walk, and that's it for Nelly Briles. Fans are getting restless now. Tolan on first, 2 down. 1-15 to steal. Here's Alex Johnson now. He's an A, 1-13 plus 2, 1-15. I say we've already tied it. It's 2 outs. Let's go for it, Kathy Harden. Let's frickin' go for it. It's Alex Johnson now, 0 for 3. It's a 2-2 ball game, people. It's a 2-2 good frickin' ball game. Here's Briles now. And the pitch to Johnson. There goes Tolan. Oh my, he's safe. He is safe. Tolan in scoring position. That's his second of the ball game. This is how it happened in the first. Tolan singled. Unfortunately, Johnson grounded to short. There's 2 outs. It was Tony who singled. Maybe it'll be Alex this time. So Tolan now on second base with 2 outs. He is the go-ahead run for the Reds. Nelly from the stretch. And the pitch. That's 3-11 right-handed. Grounds it to first. Torrey will take it himself to the bag, and the side is retired. We're all tied up here now at 2. What a ball game. What a frickin' game. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. And for the Reds, it'll be the top of the order. And there's a new pitcher, Wayne Granger. He's a right-handed pitcher. Granger will be the third. Wait a minute, they came back. That's a tricky thing. I don't think Merritt is the loser anymore. It's possible because they did tie it up. So Wayne Granger is in. It's the third Reds pitcher. And it's going to be the top of the order. Briles was the last out. And we'll see if Briles even comes out. Here's Lou Brock. They have Joe Horner available. Brock is 0 for 3. Here's Granger. 5-5, left-handed, grounds it to second for Stewart. There's 1 away, and Brock is 0 for 4. Now here's Curt Flood. It's a pitch from Granger. That's 5-7 right, and that's a drive for a base hit. A line drive base hit for Flood. So Flood is on, 1 out. Here's Veda Pinson. Little Al Jackson pitched. Oh. Okay, here's Granger from the stretch. That's 5'11", left-handed. Grounds it to first. X for Lee May, 312. 312, 19-3, and he forces Flood at second. It's 2 outs with Pinson on first. Now Joe Torre. Torre 0 for 3. That's 5-5 right-handed. Grounds it to short. Woodward, and the side is retired. Granger retires the Cards in the 8th. We're heading to the 9th inning, folks. It's a tie ball game. We're heading to the 9th inning, everybody. And believe it or not, Nellie Briles is coming out to pitch his 9th inning. Oh, has he been something? He only hit the home run, then he let up a base hit. He does have 2 marks, but they're going to get what they can out of him. It will be Perez, Bench, and May, the meat of this order. Here's Briles. The pitch to Perez. That's 312 right-handed. Lines it to short, caught by Maxville. 1 away. Now Bench. It doesn't stop. The pitching has been awesome. The home run by Rose tied this ball game. Reds got 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Has really been a... You know, the Reds had the 1-0 lead until the bottom of the 7th. Cards went ahead, and then, whoa, big home run by Rose. Here's Bench now. Bench steps out of the box for a moment just to clean himself up. Okay, he's stepping right back in. All right, here's Briles, the windup, and the pitch to Bench. Oh, 6-8, right-handed. Oh, there it is, a base hit by Bench. Go ahead run with 1 out. Single off Briles, 1 more, and he's fatigued. Horner is ready. Here's Lee May. We're going to let him squeeze every little bit of elephant juice we can out of Briles. Okay, Briles from the stretch now. Pitch to May. That's 5-10, and he flies it to center. Beauty. Flood under it, 2 away. I'm going for both teams here. In fact, I'm going for extras to go on for a long frickin' time. Like 20 innings. The batter is Jimmy Stewart. Briles would be refreshed and could pitch the 10th if he can retire Stewart, who's 0 for 3. Switch hitter batting left. And the pitch to Briles. From Briles. 1-8. Oh, it's a base hit. It's not going to score. Bench will hold at third. Yeah, Stewart singles. And that's it for Nellie Briles. Bench went to third. And Briles gets a big hand from the hometown crowd as he hands the ball over to Shane Deans. There'll be a break in the action for a minute. Briles pitched 8 2/3. Joe Horner is on his way in, by the way, from the bullpen. He's a left-hander. And what a performance it was for Briles. Now, he could lose this. 6 hits in 8 2/3. Walked 1, struck out 3, and allowed 2 runs thus far. Responsible for first and third. The go-ahead run on third. That's bench. Horner coming in for the Cards to retire Woodward. And that's what it comes down to. So Woody, yeah, Rose, yeah, he said that in an interview. I could have hit 40, but my average would go down. Okay, Horner trying to put out the fire. Here's the pitch to Woodward. That's 2-7, left-handed, grounds it to short. No one was being held. I'll look anyway, no. And the side is retired, so it's no runs. And the Reds strand 2 here in the top of the ninth. It's a 2-2 ball game. Briles ends up allowing 2 runs. A great performance tonight for Nellie Briles. And it's going to be Granger coming out now. Pitch his second inning. Whoa. In the bottom of the ninth. And it's going to be Mike Shannon to lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Tie ball game, bottom of the ninth. Shannon leads it off. Here's the pitch from Granger. That's 3-5, right-handed, and it's a base hit by Shannon. His second of the ball game to lead it off for the Cardinals. Now here's McCarver. The winning run on first now. He's a 1-13. We'll just let that slide. Okay, Granger. He's a C bunter, McCarver. 2 for 3 from the stretch. That's 4-7, left-handed. Fly ball to center. And Tolan makes the catch. Here comes Gagliano. Walked, popped to third, and singled in a run. He was Gagliano singled in the, I guess, what is the tying run, or actually the first run. All right, Granger, the pitch to Gagliano. That is 2-5, right-handed. He walked him. Granger's endurance is the third. And look at Dal Maxfield coming up. We're going to have him hit. A 175 hitter, but he was in the lineup. They would have used him. First on second, 1 out. Granger trying to get out of this. The pitch to Maxfield. He already had a hit. 3-11 right-handed, and he grounds it to second, forcing Gagliano. Shannon goes to third. So it's 2 outs, first and third. And there's going to be a hitter here for Horner, believe it or not. Yeah, I believe it. They brought their best in a little early there. Shit. They have Grant, who pitched in real world. Mudcat, and he's not that great. Mudcat, I think he's on the Phils, isn't he, in 64? I'm not sure. Mudcat warming. It's 2 outs, first and third. The winning run is on third, Shannon, and there's going to be a hitter here. It's probably going to be Ricketts. It's going to be Dave Ricketts, who had a whopping 44 at bats. And Ricketts steps in the box. It's up to Dave Ricketts or Wayne Granger. Could Ricketts win it? Okay, Granger. The pitch to Ricketts. That's 3-5 right-handed. He walked him. That's going to load the bases with Redbirds. So he's in trouble, Wayne Granger. Wayne Granger has loaded the bases with Redbirds. And it's 2 outs, and Brock, 0 for 4, is coming up. All right, we'll just let him hit. He's loaded the bases. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute now. They have such shitty... They don't have a left-hander. I used them already. I'm sorry, they don't have a... Oh, the Reds, yeah. Mudcat. Hold on, I'm getting a little confused here. Yeah, there's going to be a new pitcher. Horner was hit for. There we go. Sometimes I just get a little confused. There he is. I can't believe it. Look who's coming in. That's it for Wayne Granger. Oh. That's it for Granger. And I don't know how Kathy Harden's going to feel about this, but little Al Jackson with a 6.81 ERA, but he is a left-handed pitcher. Going against Brock, the left-hander, in a real jam. And we're going to see if little Al can pull a rabbit out of his... Oh, what the hell am I doing here? Can you believe that's the weed? That's the frickin' weed right there. Brock. Brock is coming up. That's going to be little Al coming in, the fourth pitcher. It's a very interesting change here. Unless I got a better left-hander, 5'6". He pitched 1 2/3 Granger. He can be the loser. He walked 2 this inning. Little Al Jackson, unless there's nobody better. Let me just take one more look. He is bad. But I'm just going to do it for effect here. Oh, I'm going to bring in Jerry Arrigo. Jerry Arrigo. I am so sorry, people. Jerry Arrigo trying to put the fire out here. This is nervous, okay? So Arrigo gets the call, the left-hander. And in steps Lou Brock, a left-handed hitter. And here we go, bases loaded. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, tied up at 2. Arrigo, full windup, and the pitch to Brock. That's 4-5 left-handed. He flies it to center field. And Tolan makes the catch. Arrigo. Oh, the side is retired. We're going to extra innings, everybody. Oh, my, what a freaking ball game. Oh, my. It's a 2-2 ball game, folks. We're going to extras. And there's going to be a new pitcher here for the Cardinals. It's going to be Mudcat. Arrigo is the pitcher for Cincinnati, and boy, did he do the pitch. Oh, it was a beauty. Fly ball to center. It's really funny. When I look at the ninth inning of Game 5 of the 1969 World Series, when the Orioles come up losing and the Mets are on the verge of winning the World Series, Kuzman on the mound. He's gone all the way. I always thought he looked so composed. And in an interview with Howie Rose, or Howie, I forgot his name, maybe it's Howie Rose of the Mets broadcast, he said he was so nervous he couldn't, he didn't even know what he was doing. Okay. Yeah. You know, and you remember it was the fly ball to left that Cleon caught. Well, we're going to be moving to extras. I think that's just fine. I'm going to take a little break here, a few minutes. We want to thank you for being with us tonight. It's been a most enjoyable ball game, I think. Believe it or not, oh my goodness, there may be a pinch hitter in the 10th, and yet another pitcher for the Reds. God almighty. Just looking ahead here. Yeah, I have Culver if needed. It's just there's nobody really to hit. There's Pat Corrales. Sure. We'll bring in Corrales. Sure. He died about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Pat Corrales will be hitting. And Culver. So look at what Arrigo did. 5, 6, 7 and 2/3. Wait a minute. 5, 6, 7 and 2/3. 7. No, there's something wrong there. Hold on. Oh, God almighty. Merritt was taken out here. Merritt. Yeah, he was taken out after 6 1/3. You see how you can miss that? Not that it matters. Okay, 6, 7, 8 and 2/3. And Arrigo. And it will be Culver. So they're bringing out all the stops here tonight. Do you know that it would make sense to forfeit a game if you were like, like a team that had like a 20-game lead and it was late September and you don't want to burn out your bullpen? So you just forfeit the game. Or you tell the pitcher, throw a home run ball. Anyway, it will be Corrales hitting. And it's going to be Mudcat on the mound for St. Louis. Isn't that something? Isn't that a beauty of a way to go? Okay, we'll get going with that in just a few minutes. I'm going to take a break. I have enjoyed this ball game. And isn't it something? I hope you have games like this. I'll be back shortly. And the same thing with Roberto Clemente. If he wanted to just go for home runs, he could have had more than anybody. Okay? He wasn't even trying for home runs, and sometimes he'd have in the 20s. You know? Indeed, it is. Extra innings here. Oh, Lord, help me. Whew. Oh, Lord, help me, please, God. Oh, Lord, frickin' help me. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Guterman. We are in extra innings. And I want to welcome you aboard. Thank you for those of you who have stayed with this ball game. What a freaking game. You know, I wasn't looking forward to this game. I put this game off for a couple days at least. And now look what's happened. We're all tied at 2. Here in the rubber game of this 3-game series, Cards can move within 9.5 of the first place Pirates. The Reds 11 behind Atlanta. It's going to be Pat Corrales now, pinch hitting for Adigo. He's a right-handed hitter, and there's a new pitcher. His name is Mudcat. His name is Mudcat. What the hell is a Mudcat? Is that a type of cat, folks? Help me out here. I guess I could look it up, couldn't I? Well, the first thing that comes up is Mudcat Grant. Maybe it's unique to Mudcat Grant. I don't know how he got that name. Mudcat died. He died in 2021. He pitched 2 complete game victories in the 65 World Series for the Dodgers, I guess. And hit a 3-run home run in Game 6. He was the Sporting News. I didn't realize he's that good. Pitcher of the Year. He was 85. His first year was 58. He got a complete game age 22 against the KC A's, and that was his debut. Okay, Mudcat on the mound here for the Cardinals. Top of the 10th. Here's Pat Corrales hitting for Adigo. And the pitch from Mudcat. That's 3-9. And he struck him out. 1 down. Top of the order, here's Pete Rose. Pete hit the home run to tie up this ball game for the Reds. All right, Mudcat now on the mound. He gets the sign from McCarver. And here's the pitch. That's 6-8, left-handed. Grounds it to second X. Gagliano, 4-10. He's had a lot of work there. That's a re-roll. That's 5-4. And that's going to go through for a base hit. So Rose is on. Gagliano couldn't get it. Rose, go ahead, on first. Here's Tolan. Mudcat, working from the stretch here. All right, Mudcat facing Tolan. Tolan 2 for 4. Scored the first run. Here's the pitch. 3-5 right-handed. And that's a drive hit out way back into the gap. Rose rounding third and scores, and Tolan in with a triple. Oh my, he's been hitting, you know, he's been hitting. Oh Lord. Tolan with a bomb of a triple. Let's look at that, please. Triple 1 to 11. Okay. So Mudcat in trouble. He's the loser now. And believe it or not, Odd Ego is the winner. Culver eligible for the save. Lord. Here's Alex Johnson now. Mudcat in trouble. It's 1 out. It's Tolan on third. Why not another? Why not another run? Right, Alex? Okay, here's Mudcat. And the pitch. That's going to be 2-6 right-handed. There it goes. It's a base hit. Tolan scores. It's a 4-2 ball game. 2 runs here. And they're going to let him stay in, Mudcat. I'm sorry to the Ron. I'm so sorry for your Cardinals. Johnson on first here with still 1 out. Corrales struck out to start it off. It's 4-2 now. Okay, here's Mudcat trying to settle down. And the pitch, it's going to be 3-5, and he struck him out. That's the second. It'll be Flood, Pinson, and Torrey. You know, they don't do much for me. They don't have the best hitting this year. It ain't over yet. It's 2 outs. Johnson on first, Mudcat. 1-2 right-handed. He hit him. So Mudcat, not a good sign. He hits bench. Here's Lee May now. Here's Mudcat. That's going to be 4-12 right-handed. Flies to left. And Brock makes the catch. The side is out. But 2 runs for the Reds. And it's 4-2 as we move to the bottom of the 10th. And George Culver is the new pitcher. And he'll have to face the top of this, Flood. Start with Flood. Here's Culver now. Trying to save it. Kurt Flood steps in. This is not the Kurt Flood who hit .335. I think that was in 67. Okay, Culver is ready. Here's the pitch to Flood. That's 5-11 right-handed. Walked him. So Flood takes first, and Veda Pinson is the batter. He is the tying run at the plate here. It's Flood on first, nobody out. The Cardinals down by 2 here in the bottom of the 10th. Culver. Absolutely. The tying run is at the plate, indeed. Pinson 0 for 4. Here's Culver from the stretch. And the pitch. That's 4-6 left-handed, and that is a ground ball to first, forcing Flood. I think they need a home run here from Torrey. So it's going to be Pinson on first. 1 down. And here's Torrey. Against the right-hander. Culver. Yeah, Mudcat. Oh, Mudcat was a twin, of course. Of course, silly me. Silly me. Yeah, that did go 7. He won 2 freaking games. Wow. Here's Torrey now. And the pitch. That's 2-7, right-handed. He walked him. So it's first and second. Torrey 1-8. There is a very, very slim chance that somebody could hit a double, no asterisks. And you don't want to get caught with him on base. And just because of that, we're going to bring Vic Davalillo in to run for Joe Torre. And he, just for the hell of it, we'll let him play first base. He hit 155. Okay. So Vic Davalillo is coming out to run for Joe Torre, if you don't mind. And we don't know yet if he'll need to come out and play. If they win it or lose it, they won't. All right, Culver now. Facing Shannon, 2 for 4 today. It's Davalillo on first and Pinson on second with 1 out. Culver on the mound trying to save this. Here's Culver from the stretch. He walked him. He has loaded the bases here with Redbirds. Culver has. There's 1 down, and McCarver will be the batter. I don't think the Reds even have they have Al Jackson, who's a left-handed pitcher, against McCarver, and he'd actually be better than Culver, believe it or not, from my eyeball of that card, even though I'm not supposed to do that. There's going to be a pitching change here. And you're not going to pinch hit from McCarver. Anyway, there's no 1-2 hits. Culver is being taken out here, so he's not eligible for the save. He walked 3, and he could lose this. We just got to keep an eye on what's going on here. Little Al Jackson with a scrumptious 6.81 ERA is coming in for the Reds. But I told you his card is better, Kathy, so I'm really pulling out the stops here. Little Al Jackson. Trying to save this ball game. He's not going to be eligible for a save. Little Al Jackson, the veteran now, taking his warm-ups, and it's going to be McCarver. He hit plenty. I guess it was 30% of the time McCarver hit against a left-hander, and he's a lefty. It's lefty-lefty here. It's actually a little better. He might be better against lefties, so go figure. Here's Jackson now from the stretch. The pitch to McCarver. That's 110 left-handed. Oh my! That is a double, no asterisks. And you know what? It's a tie ball game. Why? I didn't need to run for Torrey. That's the weed, I'm telling you. But Pinson comes home, and the ball game is over. A walk-off, and the loser is Culver. Jackson led up the game-winning hit. And, well, you got to be, Kathy, for the Cardinal fans here, let Ron enjoy. The final score is 3-2. A walk-off double. Right there by McCarver, 3 for 4 on the ball game. We may want to call him a, maybe the star of the game. Ron McGrath, the Cardinals just won. Oh, wait a minute. They tied it. Oh, I'm sorry. Torrey, what's his name also scored. I am so sorry. That's the weed. But don't worry. Wait a minute. It's Shannon coming around third. This game ain't over. Oh, that's the weed. Isn't that funny? It's 4-2. It's 4-4 now. Thank you. Hey, that's 2 runs in. It's a tie ball game. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. And it's going to be Shannon trying to stretch it. 1-13, 2 outs, 1-15. Where was that hit? Where's little Al? There he is. 110. It was a double. It was hit to center. It's going to be Tolan -2. That's going to be Shannon 1-15, 1-13. Here comes Shannon trying to score the winning run. The throw from Tolan. He's already thrown somebody out. 1-13. 1-13, 1-15, 1-13. And he is out. Oh, Tolan, what a throw. Oh, my. Tolan, he has stolen 2 bases. He also threw out McCarver. So it's 2 runs. Wait a minute. Is that only 2 outs? That's only 2 frickin' outs. Holy shit, that's the weed, Ron. Oh, wait, that's 2 outs. And McCarver goes to third. That's it. Now let's see if little Al can get Gagliano. Oh, my God. What a frickin' game. That's only 2 outs. Oh, and I'm going to do this for the Reds because I want to. Jim Maloney is coming in to pitch. Okay? Yeah, Kathy Harden, he can relieve. He's coming in for little Al. Lord. Al lets up a double, leaves a man on third, the 2 scoring. That was 1 out, 2 out right there. And little Al has pitched 0 innings. And in fact, he is responsible for that runner on third with 2 out. He's responsible for that, and it's going to be Maloney. I don't care if he's starting tomorrow. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. Here's Maloney taking his warm-ups to finish this off. It's 2 outs. It is a great game. This was a tough inning, but I did it right here. I got it right here. It's going to be Gagliano facing Maloney. 2 outs. The winning run on third. From the stretch, Gagliano, Maloney. And here's the pitch to Gagliano. That's 2-3 right-handed. He grounds it to first. Scooped up by Lee May. He takes it himself. And we're going to the 11th. 2 runs for the for the Cardinals, and the side is retired. Oh, my Christ. We're going to the 11th. What a game. Uh, Maloney. And meanwhile, 8-9. He's pitched one already. Mudcat's coming out. Boy, this Mudcat, look what Mudcat did. Oh, shit. 4 double plays. You know, part of it is the speed, but a lot of times you have good hitters who hit into doubles because they hit the ball so hard. You know what I mean? I know that sounds a little bit a stretch, but Cleon used to hit into a lot of them. Jim Rice. Whoa, we're heading to the 11th. Okay, I'm game. It's going to be Jimmy Stewart to lead it off. What a freaking game! I'll tell you, the fans are sure getting their money's worth tonight. I want to tell you. You know that Joe Torre, you know the great year he had. I think it was 71 when he hit 366. And he lost a lot of weight during the off season. He was overweight, and they asked him how he did it. He said a no pasta diet. This was back in 71, so that was pretty innovative for its time. Oh, yeah. What a game. The line speaks for itself, folks. Here's Mudcat in his second inning. He allowed 2 runs. The single by Rose, and then the triple by Tolan, and then the base hit by Johnson. Both teams scored 2 in the 10th. Here we go. The pitch to Stewart. That's 312 right-handed, grounds it to second. Gagliano, he's been busy today at second base. 1 down in the top of the 11th for the Reds. Here's Woodward. And we'll hit from Maloney, but there's no freaking hitters. Okay, here's Woodward. That's 3-8. And he grounds it to third, 2 away. And there'll be a hitter from Maloney. He wasn't meant to pitch much. There's going to be a hitter with 2 outs, as silly as that sounds, on principle. And we're going to just pull out the shittiest hitter there is, if that's what it comes to. It will be Ted Savage, 227. You work with what you have, and it's a wasted, obligatory 2 out. I'm not going to use Maloney anyway. He's a frickin' starter. And it was sort of a strange thing to do, but we did it. And it worked. Here's Mudcat. The pitch to Savage. That's 5-6. And that is a base hit by Savage. 2 outs, of course. And Pete Rose now. Maybe the Reds can get something going here in the 11th. They have fought back. Then they got ahead here, and then, the Cards came back. Pitch to Rose, 3-8, fly ball left, and that's for Brock, 2 out. The side is retired. Moving to the bottom of the 11th, it's a 2-2 ball game, folks. And there's a new pitcher for the Reds. Pedro Ramos is coming in. He is their second to worst. We're getting, we're scraping. Torres is not available. Washburn's not available. Okay, you're going to have to use Ramos. So it's Pedro's ball game now. And he will be the 8th pitcher for the Reds. The Cards have used 4. I'm sorry, Ramos. Yeah, Cards have used 3, believe it or not. Only 3. 8, 9, and Grant pitched the 10th and the 11th. So here's Pedro now, coming in to pitch for the Cincinnati Reds. And Dal Maxville will lead it off, and you bet your sweet Bippy he's going to hit. And there's going to be a hitter for Mudcat. So Mudcat, we can close him out. 8, 9, 10. I'm sorry, 8, 9. You want to have the semblance of organization here. As close as it was, everybody let up these runs in the 10th. Who let up these goddamn runs? That was Mudcat, sure. That was Mudcat. Whoops. Yeah. And who let up these runs for St. Louis? That was Jackson. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was not Jackson. It was Culver. We'll just put that in like that. And we have a little, happy accident. And, you remember that guy, the painter? So the side is retired. We're heading, here's Pedro. Here's Ramos. Let me just get this all, get rid of this for now. Yeah, this is all St. Louis here. I'm Cincinnati, I'm sorry. Ramos trying to take this to the 12th. It's going to be Maxville to lead it off. Here we go. Pedro. Oh, it's a great freaking game. Here's the pitch from Ramos. That's 6'11", right-handed. Base hits, Maxville. So Dal gets his second hit of the ball game, a 175 hitter. And there's going to be a hitter for Mudcat for sure. And if necessary, they have someone warming. And it's going to be Dave Justy. Okay. He's actually fairly decent. He is. Justy warming for the Cards. If needed. We don't know yet. There's going to be a hitter here, and God knows whose it's going to be. Torrey has been used. You remember, we have Davalillo playing first now. Ricketts was used. Wow. I just want to show you who's been used. Wow, these 3 have not been used. 4! My goodness. Okay, I don't need to even go through that. Now, Joe Haig hit 170. Byron Brown, 226. Yeah, he's the best. And Byron Brown it is. Wait a minute, let me see who the best bunter is. Well, 2 Ds, 3 Ds, 4 Ds. Is there anyone else? There's a C. Devinen is a D. Julian is a B. Why isn't Julian? Oh, Julian is injured. I am so sorry. To you Cardinal fans, you want to win this fairly, don't you? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to do something only if it's possible. Briles. Torres. There's a lot of good bunters, believe it or not, coming in to bunt. It doesn't matter. I'm going to bring in, believe it or not, it's going to be Mike Torres. Okay? The pitcher. He is a B bunter. better than any hitter on that lineup. So Mike Torres, a B. We'll see where the infield's in. Okay. So we're just going with that B right there. The infield. And this is unconventional, of course. It's in. So he's a C. Let's see how Mike does. Here's Ramos from the stretch with Maxville on first, no outs. He's a C now. You want to get a low number. Here's the pitch from Ramos. Whoa, that's a 10C. And that's hit back to Ramos. And he forces Maxville at second. So Torres is on. And he's good. Now there'll be a hitter, a runner for Torres. We just got him in the game there. Okay. Just got him in the game. It's going to be Jim Hicks, who is a 1 to 12. I guess pitchers are 1 to 10, right? 1 to 10 running. Just, yeah, we'll take that extra 2. We'll put Hicks. In the 11th, Hicks is on with 1 out. Pedro trying to bring this to the 12th. Here's Lou Brock now, lefty-righty. Hicks on first, 1 down. From the stretch, Ramos. That's 5-7 left-handed. Fly ball center. Tolan, 2 outs. And, Tolan is a star of this game. A star. He made those, he got 2 assists from center field. He threw McCarver out in the second, and he threw Shannon out in the 10th. That's just so if you wanted to see it, it's in the second and the tenth. And that turned out to be to save the game for Cincinnati. Okay? That stopped the winning run. I mean, literally the winning run. It's 2 outs. Hicks on first, Kurt Flood. 2 for 3, walk twice. Here's Ramos. I've never used every player on a team, no matter how long. That's 3-5, right-handed. Whoa! That is a base hit. Whoa, it's a double. Oh, my. Hicks goes to third. Oh, my, a double by Flood. And how excruciating. Hicks has to hold at third. Oh, Pedro. So it's 3-5 right-handed. And, oh, wait a minute. 3-5. Oh, my. That's a base hit. I am so sorry. That is a freaking base hit. Yeah. That's a base hit. No, it's not a triple. Oh, it is a triple. Oh, Ron McGrath is right. It is a fucking triple. And Hicks comes home. The game is over. Oh, yes, you are right, sir. Jim Hicks scores the winning run. Oh, my. The final score is St. Louis 5. Cincinnati 4, and then what a game it was. Right down a walk-off triple by Flood. Forced Hicks. Is it a triple, though? Yeah. Was Hicks on first? This is a single. Yeah, force out. Yeah, Hicks was on first. It has to be a triple. Absolutely. Just checking. What a ball game, folks, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was one for the books. 5-4 St. Louis. The win goes to it's Ramos. Win goes to Mudcat. Wow. Mudcat with the win. And the loss goes to Ramos. It was that simple. I'm not even going to enter the data. It's enough. Okay. It was actually Ramos. It was you if you want the hits. Yeah, that's the way I do it. Ramos allowed 2 hits. Okay. So that's going to be 6-8. 14 hits and 1 error. Cincinnati 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. I mean, I have to, that's too bad. Tolan could have been the star of the game. What a mother frickin' ball game this was. And congratulations to the Cardinal fans, to Kathy Harden. I know you wanted the Reds. And that was it. Hicks scores. It was this run. Jim Hicks. You want to talk about an obscure guy? At least to me. But that was one hell of a ball game. I appreciate all of you hanging out with me for this long. This was, and I'm glad I got the recording all set now. I'm gonna call it a night. I'll have to put this one in the books, okay? And I'll do it tomorrow morning. Stay strong, everybody, okay? Stay well, and I'll catch you all next time.